in there and landed 2 clean.
Sherlock?
Sherlock. Sherlock.
Sherlock. Sherlock. It's unusual.
Clean shots, and you saw Francois' head bounce back a little bit. So Francois, you see him right there as he's stepping back.
This fight is
And once again, you see Vega's kind of comfortable not using that.
success. It's not the easiest thing to do. We know Bud Crawford does it. We talked about Boots Ennis earlier, but it's a difficult thing to do. And then it also depends on your power in each hand and how you're going to utilize that.
Well, it's mostly defensive, actually, because, look, there's 2 guys that we mentioned earlier that do it extremely well. And whenever the top fighter is, he's going to inspire younger fighters. So you saw the shoulder roll was very popular with young fighters as Francois lands a good little right hand there. Right now, switching stances is because Bud Crawford is one of the best in the world. And there's Francois having some good success kind of using his length and landing those. Oh, they both trade right hands right there.
And Vega trying to close the distance, and he's able to do so at times. And it seems like for Francois, he wants to take a step back and use that length.
So you see right here what they're doing. Francois does not want to be in the ropes and trapped in the corner, so he grabbed a hold of Vega. Now, it's going to be up to Vega to try and trap him in there. As Francois, you see he landed a good counter, but Vega can't let him out of the corner because that's where Francois is at his best.
10 seconds to go in this round 2. Here comes Vega backing up Francois again, but Francois answers nicely.
Yeah, Francois did a little, he kind of tried to bully the bully right there and land some good.
For something.
Yeah. I mean, he's showboating. I don't know quite why I can't get in the mind of him, but he is showboating kind of, and it just lets me know he's feeling confident. And right there, you see him even spin out and land a good left hook on the way out, and there's that combo.
Quick combination.
But he hung around a bit too long, and there's both trade right hands again. Kind of the theme of the night. They've done it once around. And this is what I was talking about, where if Francois gets a little bit too brave in there and he starts hanging around him, he could run into something. Now, Vega's not that big of a puncher, only 2 knockouts himself. Or 3, I should say.
And there's Francois again holding the arm of Vega. It's one of the ways he's blunting the attack. That's not the legal way to do so, but he's also done it by landing counter. And a little bit of a veteran trick there. Francois holding the hand that's on the other side of referee Frank Gentile, so blunting the offense that way. Here comes Francois with a flurry at the end of round 5. But Alexander Vega certainly upped the intensity, changed up a little bit of the angles there against Francois.
Let the jab take you up. Let the jab take it all the way.
100%.
Right there.
Now this round, Vega has had more success.
Touch. Watch. There you go. You see it right there. There you go. Come on.
But with that all said, it could be closer than we realize, right? Because obviously the subjective nature of boxing and the type of, you might reward the fighter who's coming forward, who's also being held a lot. and you may not reward the fighter who's, yes, he's having success, but also showboating. We're not sure what the judges' scorecards are, so this round could be crucial either way, even if Vega doesn't get the knockdown. There's Vega trapping Francois against the ropes, working to the body. Now, is it possible that Francois, in his mind, says, I have such a big lead, I don't have to take any risks in this 6th round? And there was a huge right hand for Vega that got through in the last moments of this fight. And that will do it for this one. 6th round.
Working across teams.
You know what, Frontline? Yeah. You know why you didn't hear me the whole time? Because my mic was muted. That's nice. But anyway, I'm gonna give it a condensed version. Rios, a friend of the channel, nice kid, did great. I like the fact that he took on I think it was almost last minute. He didn't have that much time to prepare for Francois. Pero en ese tiempo se preparó bien, lo prepararon bastante bien. Lo único que el crítico que tengo de él es que no persiga al boxeador alto, grande, alrededor del ring, right? Sometimes he was following him a little bit too much in a straight line. I think he needs to, cut the ring more, especially off on those taller fighters, and move your head a little more off center, right? Instead of following him around. That's my critique of him. But I think he won, 4 rounds to 2. I was more generous with Francois than the rest of the judges were because of that reason. Because there was a few rounds where Francois was hitting him off the line. He was coming in, he was catching him. Eventually he broke it, Francois down enough that Francois didn't really want to engage on the inside. But again, follow him straight line. But congratulations to, Alex Rios, again, a friend of the channel, nice kid, 25 years old, great kid. It was a good win for him. So I'm happy, he gets to move on to the next level. So, let me know what you think, about if you ever. I think I covered him here once before. But again, my only critique, don't follow guys that tall around. You're going to get picked off if you follow him around, especially if he can punch. Luckily, Francois didn't have that much of a punch. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about, Alex Rios in the comments down below. Next topic. Now listen. Okay, so I'm a little late to the party. It is Monday. Like I said, I've been under the weather, headaches and things like that. So Ryan Garcia fought, and on the undercard, Richardson Hitchins was supposed to be a guy that we're going to see. And I was excited about, Richardson Hitchins against Duarte. So here's the story. Aquí está la historia. Hitchins va y el día antes es el pesaje y él lo pasa lo más bien. 140 libras, lo más bien. El sábado, Saturday, he does a second weigh-in. Now, for the IBF, they can't do more than 10 pounds, right? They can't gain more than 10 pounds by the morning weigh-in. He got on the scales, and he got in 150 or 140, whatever he weighed. Lo que él pesó, pero pasó lo más bien. Ahí estaba Duarte, el equipo de Duarte, los dos se pesaron, los dos pasaron lo más bien. Supuestamente después de ahí, diciendo que Richardson Hitchins se sintió mal y pegó a vomitar. Ahora, dos cosas. Sí, Showbiz The Adult dijo, antes de todo esto, que parecía que Mario Barrios tenía una gripe y también Richardson Hitchins también se veía medio enfermo. Okay, I give you that. Maybe Showbiz has something there. Maybe they were sick. Maybe they were getting the sniffles. Maybe it was allergies. We don't know. Richardson Hitchins, now I'm going to play you a clip of his coach. Lo voy a ¿cómo te digo? enseñarle este video del coach de Richardson Hitchins. But remember, while you're watching this video, what Richardson Hitchins said about Subriel Matias. So remember, and if you don't remember, I'm gonna touch base on it again. So don't worry, I'm gonna touch base on it again. I'm gonna share this video. Shout out to Kevin Garcia, the Puerto Rican kid. That's where I'm gonna play the clip from. Hold on, let me get it for you guys right here. I'm gonna go ahead and share that, and then we're here. All right, so guys, listen to this.
It's Kevin Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican Kid KG. I'm here with my man Coach Lenny. This is for those of y'all who are uninformed, unaware, and I'd be surprised. The Richardson Hitchins coach. The elephant in the room, you know, what could you offer about what happened with Africa? People who's gonna talk, they're gonna hate, they're gonna say that he ducking Duarte.
Right.
What happened from your perspective?
He got sick. I mean, he made the weight early in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, both weigh-ins, but he wasn't feeling well, you know, after that, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. Some things happen.
And that's true. Eso es verdad. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes, you know, things like he said, you can't prepare for. Some things happen. Algunas cosas suceden. No hay problema con eso. Eso se entiende que a veces la gente se enferma y ya eso es lo que es todo. Pero sigan escuchando.
That's beyond our control and it's unpredictable. So, I mean, he sent out a thank you for all the fans that were supporting him, and the next time, maybe we'll do things a little different.
Yeah. Do you think, right, this is just an assumption, because I don't think it's that he dug, personally.
Nah,
he dug Duarte.
no.
That's what people going to say. I do believe
People
that,
gonna say what they want to say.
for sure. I do believe, Coach, that the rehydration maybe could have impacted, whether that made him sick or whatever it was.
Yeah.
How hard is it going to be for him to move forward with the IBF, with that clause being in place that he cannot rehydrate past 10 pounds?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
What do you mean, you know? You're supposed to say, hey, if that came to my situation, then have a fight.
Did you hear that right there? There was somebody in the crowd next to KG, and it was like they called him out on this bullshit. They called him out. They were like, "What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you're supposed to say?" And then you heard what he said, right? KG le dio una excusa, right? And KG didn't do it on purpose. It was just how KG feels. It's not that he gave him any sort of, you know, like he did it like to defend him or anything like that. He's just talking, you know, how he feels. But it was, you know, but it is an excuse that he gave him. He gave him a layup. He said, here, you know, hey, I think he can't make, you know, the 140 pound, you know, weight limit. And then the 150, he can't do 150. So how is he going to do that going forward, being the IBF champion? Eso es una pregunta. ¿Cómo él va a seguir con la FIB si él no puede hacer 150 el próximo día sin estar enfermo? Right? But listen to what they say. Listen to what they say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we got interrupted. But go ahead, Coach.
So what was the question again?
Basically, I was just saying, you know, with the IBF having that 10-pound rehydration clause, how hard is it going to be for him to move forward if he's, you know, going to be challenged by keeping the weight the next day within 10 pounds?
I mean, it's like you got to do things over. It wasn't that, again, he got sick. He got sick. So I don't think it has so much, you know, because remember when he fought Cambosis, right? Mm-hmm. It would make the weight easy.
Gotcha.
So it's not that he probably can't make the weight. You know, like I said, you know, he got sick. You know, you gotta understand when you're making weight, and you're doing all that, your body, you're in a different atmosphere, your immune system go down,
Okay.
and different things like that, and people get sick. I mean, stuff is unpredictable.
Got you. You want to respond to the haters? You got a couple. Oscar was popping it. Duarte said what he said. Did you hear what they said?
I mean, Oscar Duarte is gonna talk. They got a battery in his back. You know,
So, okay. Yeah, you heard what he said, right? You heard what he said. Ya ustedes escucharon lo que él dijo. Here's the thing. Remember when Subriel Matias was in line to fight Richardson Hitchins for the IBF title, right? Remember? Because Subriel la perdió contra Paro, and then I think Paro lost it to Hitchins, and then eventually it was going to be, Subriel Matias. Richardson said, no. Why would I want to fight? Or was it he was the number one contender? Either way, whether it was Richardson being the number one contender, or it was because Subriel was going to go after his belt back to get his belt IBF back. Recuerda cuando Hitchins dijo, no, ¿cómo yo le voy a dar la ventaja a él con esa cláusula? ¿Verdad? Remember? He was saying, I don't want to give Subriel Matias any weight advantages. I don't want no rehydration clause. I don't want to fight like that. No, you crazy? Yo no puedo pelear con ese tipo, ese monstruo con la IBF. Y yo no puedo entrar, yo tengo que mantenerme a 150 libras. ¿Se recuerdan de eso? Pero cuando peleó con Cambosos, usted oyó el coach de él, you heard his coach say it. With Cambosos, he had no problem. No problem with Cambosos. With Limas, no problem with Limas. Or whatever the guy was before before this fight. He said no tuvo problema. Él no tuvo problema ninguno. Es más, también en este campamento, él hizo 150 fácil. He did 150 pounds easy. But remember, with Subriel Matias, he wasn't willing to. So, todo el mundo está diciendo que le cogió miedo a Duarte. Si ustedes vieron ese weigh-in, Duarte looked like a monster. Duarte didn't look like a guy who looked like he came to play around. Duarte came in looking strong. Y yo creo, para mí, que el momento se le puso muy grande para Hitchins. Y los nervios cogieron lo mejor de él. I think that the nerves got to him. I think that's what happened. That's what happened. The nerves got to him. The spotlight became a little, because he was the co-main, I believe. And now, all of a sudden, you're throwing up. They say he may weigh fine. So ya para mí son 2 veces que Richardson Hitchins no quiere pelear a alguien o con alguien o contra alguien, vamos a decirlo mejor, porque el peso de IBF no lo deja subir más de 150 libras. He wants a rehydration. And that's another thing. He wants to hydrate back. That means you're not fighting at the way you're supposed to be. If you say I will fight at 140, but I want to come in at 160 pounds, that means you're not fighting at the right weight. You're squeezing yourself down to 140, but you want to gain 20 pounds in a day. That means you're fighting at the wrong weight to begin with. Right? So, for me, the IBF should strip him. They should actually strip him because, for me, because you pulled out of the fight. You pulled out of the fight. So, I don't know. I just have this weird thing with Richardson Hitchins, doing this kind of like twice. You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound like that's what happened at all. I think he just got nervous. He saw Duarte looking strong. Remember, todo el mundo cree que porque Ryan Garcia noqueó y paró a Duarte que él no vale nada, que él es inferior. Duarte is a hell of a fighter. I'm not saying he's a great fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. He has to prove that he's great yet. But he's a hell of a fighter y bien fuerte. He's very strong. And I think Richardson Hitchins saw that physique and was like, I don't know, bro. I think I need more than 150 to beat this guy up. You know what I mean? Even though Duarte came in at the same exact weight. So, I don't know. I think Hitchins, I don't know. He has a lot to prove. For me, él tiene que como dice, borrar esa noche. He has to give Duarte. If they're not going to strip him, he has to fight Duarte next. Le tiene que dar su pelea. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to let go of the IBF and drop it, or he gives Duarte his fight. It'll be interesting to see. And that's what I want to see. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Richardson Hitchins? Did he duck Duarte? Or did he really just get sick and he had to pull out of the fight? Déjame saber en los comentarios abajo. But now, listen, before we do all of that, so Mayweather, We want to talk about Money Mayweather. You know, get Money Mayweather. Money Mayweather va a llevar a corte a Al Haymon porque dice que le debe 327 millones, qué sé yo qué. Y en esa misma jodienda que está todo el mundo ahí involucrado, he announces he's going to fight. He also announces he's going to fight Mike Tyson in an exhibition fight in the Congo right after he says he's going to sue Al Haymon for $327 million that he owes him. And then a couple of days after that, he says he's coming out of retirement. Okay. Conor Ben just signed with Zuffa for one fight only. Conor Ben firmó con Zuffa por una pelea nada más. El mínimo que va a cobrar, lo mínimo que puede cobrar Conor Ben son $10 millones por esa pelea. Now, what fight can Conor Ben give Zuffa Boxing? ¿Qué pelea le puede dar él a Zuffa que pueda recuperar $10 millones? Who? In May? I think it could be Floyd Mayweather. I think es una pelea que si Floyd Mayweather va a regresar y quiere hacer mucho dinero regresando, es Conor Ben. Y es una pelea que él puede ganar a 154 libras. And I think he could win that fight at 154 if he's still the same guy. Ahora, anunciaron hoy que no va a ser Conor Ben, que va a ser Manny Pacquiao. That is the worst fight. That's a trash fight. I understand it, but it's a trash fight. But let me show you what Floyd Mayweather looks like now. Ahora, yo no he visto. I haven't seen this, right? I haven't seen this. I don't know. This is for the first time I'm seeing this from Fight Hub. So I'm seeing this yo estoy viendo esto la primera vez que ustedes. Vamos a ver cómo se ve Floyd Mayweather hoy en día y si él tiene un chance o no sé. Does he have a chance at all? At anybody? Take a look. Recuerden que Mayweather no bebe o fuma y se mantiene el físico bien bueno durante el año entero. So he keeps in shape. He never goes out of shape. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. Also, who's going to train Mayweather? That's another thing.
Right hand hook. Hook right hand.
Yes, it looks okay. I mean, there's nothing here. Yo quiero ver los reflejos. I want to see his reflexes. With somebody actually sparring to see if his reflexes are there. Porque recuerden, lo que los ojos ven and what the reaction time is after what your eyes see is very different from what your arms, when you tell your arms and legs to do.
Watch it.
He's working on his timing. He's making sure that his hands and his eyes and everything working together. This is what this is for. His timing sense is good. Recuerden que Mayweather nunca ha dejado de estar en el gimnasio. He's never stopped being He looks alright. He looks good. Vamos a ver aquí. Jumping rope. Vamos a ver, let's see. I mean, he's just jumping rope. There's nothing really here to see. I could care less about this. Watching a guy jump rope. Get out of here. Okay. I mean, that was it. I mean, all right. We get Bulbous. What's up, puppy? Um. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather, a los 49 años, 49 years old, almost 50 years old, wants to come out of retirement, fight Manny Pacquiao. As a matter of fact, let me see. Do we have? Hold on. Let me see if I can find Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao 2. Let's see if there's an official. I know I saw it. The Boxing Boys Ness is reporting on it, but I don't see anything that actually. All right, hold on. Let me see here. Let me put this up. Let me put this. I did find something on Fight Hub, Fight Hype. All right, let me go here. Hold on. So let me play this for you guys real quick. There we go. Let me share this with you guys. But this is what I can find. So Netflix, also Netflix. Wow. Netflix, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, two of the greatest icons in boxing history, will meet again in the first ever professional boxing match at the Sphere in Las Vegas, September 19th. Septiembre. Wow, that is very far from when I thought the fight would happen. That is very far. I didn't think it was going to be a year. Yo pensaba que iba a ser como en el verano, junio, julio. Pero esto es en septiembre. So it's on Netflix, guys. It's on Netflix. Mayweather Pacquiao. Los dos abuelitos. Wow. In the Sphere. Okay.
Time world champion 5 weight divisions, the current undefeated WBC and WBA welterweight and super welterweight champion of the world, Floyd
Ahora cuando estaba Ryan Prime.
Mayweather.
When they announced the Manny Pacquiao fight, yeah. First fight. That fight was okay. Yeah, it is Mexican Independence weekend. That's funny. Yeah, that fight is trash. Esa pelea va a ser. Ahora, okay. So hear me out. La pelea es basura porque ya es tarde, right? So the fight is trash because we expected this rematch to happen many years earlier. But Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather ya, sorry, ya el tiempo de ellos pasó. Maybe now we get the fight we should have gotten when they fought. Meaning we might see a more exciting fight in September than we saw when they first fought. Because the reflexes are less. They're not as quick as they used to be. So si Mayweather ya no es lo que era por 1, 2 o 10%, and Manny Pacquiao coming off an actual fight, a championship fight with Mario Barrios, and looking good in it, and possibly have beat Mario Barrios. He's a fresher guy, got the ring rust off. Puede ser que esta pelea en septiembre, I'm not saying Manny wins, but it might be a better fight. It might be a really good fight. Just not an important fight. ¿Entienden? You understand what I'm saying? It's not no es una pelea importante, pero puede ser una pelea bien entretenida. Right? So it could be something that we all sit around and we are like, oh, you're going crazy, because both of them have lost enough of a step that this might be exciting. Now, I want to see the undercard. Now, si ponen en la cartelera muchas peleas por debajo de ellos, que valga la pena, then I'm like, okay, now I'm really towards the fight. Pero the fight is not important. La pelea no importa, no es importante para el boxeo. No va a hacer nada para el boxeo. It's not going to do anything, but it could be exciting. But again, if you're going to come back and non-retire, you should just, I don't know. I guess it's the right fight. I don't know. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below what do you think. ¿Qué ustedes creen de esta pelea? ¿Es una pelea que le interesa? I'm going to watch. I'm interested. I just know that this fight is not important for boxing, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I really mean about the whole situation. But anyway, put the comments down below, guys, and I see you. Wait, no, I'm not signing off here. Hold on. I haven't done a live in so long that I'm signing off every other second. Vamos a hablar sobre Ryan Garcia. Let's talk about Ryan Garcia versus. We're going to talk about a couple things about Ryan Garcia. Let's break down first the fight a little bit with Mario Barrios. Let's just take a couple of quick looks here at Mario Barrios versus Ryan. Let's just take a quick look. Okay. Michael Buffer. I think they had to change his "Let's get ready to rumble." Somebody else owns it. Now Ryan looked. Mira cómo se ve ahí. Even here, Ryan still looks like he did at the weigh-in. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Dad,
Oh
I don't
my
need you
God.
to check on me.
Commercial.
I still love you.
I just want to help.
All right, let's go.
The most disciplined version of begins. This for the WBC.
Are they gonna replay it? No, they're not gonna replay it. Let me show you real quick. Let me bother you guys real quick. And then you see him here again upstairs, keeping him busy. Mario no tenía ninguna idea cómo reaccionar con todos los puños, toda la pro. He turned pro at 17. So 9 years just about. 9 years just about. This was a better performance of excitement, but what Shakur Stevenson did to Teofimo was damn right embarrassing. Seeing as we all thought Teofimo Lopez was at a higher caliber. ¿Verdad? Entonces, nosotros decíamos, Teo está más allá arriba de ¿sabes? Es un peleador élite. You know, we didn't expect him to look like that. But nonetheless, anyway, Ryan looked really good. It looked like he got back to the basics. It looks like he got back to. He added a couple things to his game, so añadió unas cuantas cosas a la bolsa de herramientas que él tenía. La mano derecha, como que la trabajó mucho en el campamento. So he was going around the guard, right, with the right hook, right, around the guard, and then he would shoot the left jab, right, 1, 2, and then boom, hide the right hand behind it. And once that failed, he came back with the hook to the body. So Ryan Garcia estaba enseñando muchas cosas que no había enseñado anteriormente. He was doing a lot of wrinkle games. No, but check it, Borzoi. So I'm gonna show you this one. So here's Ryan in the ring, right? So let's go back. Let me see. Do I have it? Yeah. I think I got it right here. So let's go here. Let's go full screen. And let's go.
Great fight, Mario's a tough warrior,
Yeah. You should have got him out of there.
Because you came out in the opening round, and that was
okay. So you heard what Ryan said, right? Here's the thing. So there's two things. That's four, but two things. Ryan says he wants Shakur Stevenson. Well, él dice que quiere Shakur Stevenson. Vamos a analizar esa pelea, bien ligerito. Yo creo que Shakur gana esa pelea, pero no tan fácil. ¿Por qué? Porque lo que dice Ryan tiene mérito. tú tienes que tener por lo menos una pegada bastante para prevenir a Ryan entrar entre tu distancia, right? So you have to have something in order for him to be like, okay, this guy can bang. I can't just walk in on him like that. I got to do something different. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have that power. He has the speed though. So I think now, yes, Ryan is faster, but I think when Ryan is going to try to go and, get close and land his combinations, in between those combinations, I think Shakur Stevenson is going to catch him a lot. And I don't think he needs to punch hard. I think he's going to frustrate Ryan just on the fact that he won't be able to stop him from countering him on the inside when he steps in. So he's going to have to somehow step on the outside, and that's not where Ryan's power is. His power is mid-range, not all the way out. It's mid-range. So that's the difference, right? So that's number one. Number two was something very important to know. Now, en mi canal, todo el mundo ha apoyado a Shakur Stevenson como boricua puertorriqueño. El short de él en mi canal tiene 65,000 o más views y casi 200 y pico de comentarios diciendo que el boricua lo apoya. So we're going to say, hey, Shakur Stevenson, we're going to back you in this fight because you body and you're going to come, we accept you. Let's get this work, right? Pero Shakur dijo a 144 libras. Porque él no pesa 147. But here's the thing. Shakur Stevenson wanted to fight Conor Benn at 154. ¿Por qué él se atreve a subir a 154 libras contra Conor Benn, pero no quiere subir a 147 contra Ryan Garcia? Eso te dice algo. Eso es lo mismo que hizo Tank Davis. Tank Davis no quiso ir a unos 140 con Ryan Garcia, aunque anteriormente él peleó contra Mario Barrios en 140 libras, aunque le puso cláusula a Mario Barrios para que no subiera más de peso. Mucha gente no sabe eso. But yeah, so these fighters don't want to fight Ryan Garcia at the weight that Ryan Garcia is campaigning. They always want to bring him down. Si yo fuera Ryan Garcia, 147 o nada. It's 147 or nothing. Porque él va a seguir because even though Shakur Stevenson is probably the best fighter in the world right now, he's not the A side versus Ryan Garcia. He's not the A side. As unfortunate as that is, he needs to say as 147 or nothing because Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson was saying he would go to 154 for Conor Benn. So ¿por qué no puede bajar a subir a 147? Si él va a subir a 154, ¿por qué no puede ir a 147 por un campeonato mundial from the CMB, the WBC? Why can't he do that? I think he could. I just think he needs to believe in himself that he could. If you want to go up to 154 for Conor Benn, you can go to 147 for Ryan Garcia if he's easy work. I mean, that's all I'm saying. So, having said all of that, I think the fight will be exciting. I think it's a big fight, but I think before that fight, antes que esa pelea se dé, yo creo que Ryan debe de enfrentarse contra Devin Haney en la 147 y unificar ahí. Yo creo que Ryan puede ganar contra Devin Haney más fácilmente que pueda ganar contra Shakur Stevenson. Y yo creo que la pelea entre Devin Haney ahora mismo es más grande que la de Shakur. Si Shakur se enfrenta con Muratalla y le gana a Muratalla, los dos pueden unificar para Undisputed. Y esa pelea es la más grande del mundo. So I think that's the road. Muratalla versus Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Both winners take all at the end or the beginning of next year. I think that's the way to go. Eso es como tú haces esta pelea. I think that's the best way to do it for 147. 147 right now is a hot division. I think that's where I would go with the fight. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? You think that's the way it should go? I mean, I think so. That's the way it should go. But hey, who knows, right? Anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Now, let me see. I hope Ryan is not dumb enough to do another catch weight. De La Hoya was right. Bobus, that's the thing. He is going to, if that's the thing, Ryan should not do another catch weight. Because Ryan, when he went down with Tank, right, he went down to 136. 136. He was a 140 fighter, won 136 with a hurt rib, which we knew about. So, si él estaba herido y también lo bajaron. And also, remember, Ryan couldn't go past 146, right? That was the rehydration, 10 pounds. So he got him down to 10 to 136, couldn't rehydrate back past 146 with a hurt rib. He wasn't going to last long. He was going to get knocked out regardless, even if he didn't have a hurt rib. Technically, iba a noquear como quiera porque él estaba how you say it in Spanish? Dehydrated? I forget. But anyway, he was going to be dehydrated anyway, right? And now, if you're going to fight Shakur Stevenson, possibly the best fighter in the world, and you're at 147, and you look good at 147, and now you want to come down to 144, that's not gonna go. It's not gonna fly. It's not gonna do well for him. So I think he should just stay at 147, and he should he should fight Devin Haney. I think he can beat Devin Haney, become unified champion, and then Murataya versus Shakur Stevenson. The winner of that takes on the winner of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, and then they unify for undisputed, and that's the biggest fight in boxing. Whoever comes out of that round robin. But anyway, that's my take on it. Anyway, and that's what I would think they should do. But anyway, guys, listen. Thank you for showing out. I'm still not 100%. I just wanted to get on and give you some content. It's not the best live that I've done in a while because, again, I'm still with the headaches. I'm still kind of under the weather because of it. I'm going to try to get on here more often. But, again, these things are unpredictable with me, and I don't know when I'll be back doing lives again. I'm going to try to cut these up and do a video. If not, I'll do another video later on tomorrow. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you think about all these fights? What are your thoughts? And guys, I'll see you in the next video, guys. And I